Tonight on Texas News Channel, UT offers hormone replacements.
How much it costs to be a woman.
And an update on our special report.
You're watching Texas News Channel,
your leader for live, local UT coverage. Good evening. Welcome back to Texas News Channel for Monday, December 3rd. I'm Sally Seo.
And I'm Alaina Brownfield. Thank you for joining us for our last show of the semester. I'm really sad to see the show go, but I'm ready for exams to be over and the holidays to begin.
That's right. I am very excited for this semester to be over, but before it's done, we have an important update for you guys. You may remember our exclusive story from 2 weeks ago. Officials at Scottish Rite Dormitory told UT freshman Kai Baker that she can no longer have guests over. This comes after other residents told administration that they are uncomfortable when her girlfriend stays after hours. Now Baker is exploring her legal options to see what can be done. Texas News Channel reporter Elizabeth Smith checked in to see what's happened since the story first broke.
Only a few weeks ago, UT freshman Kai Baker was told by management at Scottish Rite Dorm she's no longer allowed to have guests over after residents complained they are uncomfortable with her sexual orientation. Since then, she has only stepped foot inside of her dorm once.
I don't feel safe at the dorm right now, and I've only gone back to get my things. I don't really want to see Mary or Michelle or any of the girls who have sent me mean messages, I guess.
We reached out to SRD for a statement. The Scottish Rite Dorm is aware of the serious issues raised by our resident Kai Baker. We are investigating fully what happened and also contacting Kai to address her situation directly, which we regret not doing as soon as we learned of her broader concerns. Pending the outcome of our investigation, we are committed to taking the steps needed to ensure our residents are safe, welcomed, and supported, including sensitivity training for all staff and resident assistants, and clarifying SRD's visitor policies. Baker says she's exploring her options to see what can be done. We asked UT Law Professor Jeffrey Abramson to review Baker's contract and tell us what those options could be. Abramson said in an email, depending on what facts the student could prove by a preponderance of evidence in court, the student might have two legal remedies. She could sue the dormitory for breaching their own leasing agreement, which stipulates that student tenants are permitted to have women over during the day in common areas and for a limited amount of overnights upon written registration. Or, conceivably, the student could sue for violations of her rights under the City of Austin's Fair Housing Ordinance. Baker has not yet made a decision on what action she will take. For more as this story continues, stay tuned to Texas News Channel.
What police first thought was a kidnapping turned out to be more. A UT sophomore who claimed to be kidnapped and robbed is now being charged with perjury and providing false information to a police officer. After being picked up by officers on Thursday, Daniel Mullen admitted he lied about the events. The district attorney's office dropped charges against the original suspect because of insufficient evidence. Mullen is now in custody at Travis County Jail.
You know, part of hazing is forced alcohol consumption. In these instances and any other cases of excessive drinking, Austinites can visit the Sobering Center. The center provides an alternative to jail or the emergency room for those who need help after a night of excessive drinking. Abigail Arredondo tells us more about how the fairly new Sobering Center is helping Austinites.
The Sobering Center opened its doors in an effort to help with occurrences of public intoxication in the Austin and Travis County area.
The mission of the Sobering Center is to identify individuals who are publicly intoxicated, to transport them to the Sobering Center for safe sobering in an effort to ensure the public health and public safety of our community, and then to help people who are wanting it initiate recovery.
The Sobering Center works with UT resources to look out for the well-being of students. Almost 40% of individuals seen fall into the 18 to 28-year-old age range.
By us working with the substance use services at UT and the mental health services at UT, we can coordinate that with them and allow them to have the option to connect with the student.
UTPD policy no longer arrests individuals for public intoxication. Instead, they take them to the sobering center.
Sobering center is a very positive development in terms of alternatives. You know, we as a society have to look at issues how to help people become better and to become the best individuals that they possibly can. Putting a person into jail for a minor offense as opposed to putting them in a place that they can get help to see if they are struggling with alcohol abuse or something like that, it only makes sense.
Abigail Redondo, Texas News Channel.
University Health Services is now offering counseling for gender transitioning students. TNC gives us a closer look at what they call gender care appointments, which is helping students through their transitions.
This semester, University Health Services created a counseling session called Gender Care Appointments to help transgender students who are going through or thinking about transitioning.
So typically, students who may be having questions about gender issues or what medical concerns they might have, they have the ability to make an appointment with one of our physicians who's had special training, just to discuss their concerns, discuss options. Some of the students that we're seeing are already on hormone treatments, some are not, and that's fine, but we offer help to all of those students.
Students can find more information about LGBTQ+ resources on campus and book gender care appointments on the University Health Services website.
I think it's a very real concern that they might have, and we want to make sure that we provide a welcoming environment, as we do for all students, and a supportive and helpful and supportive environment as we possibly can.
Mason Carroll, Texas News Channel.
So, Alaina, I know a lot of students are really glad that this is available now, and it's really great that UT has resources to do something like this.
I'm very happy that I live at a university that cares for its students so much.
Yeah, well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Coming up on Texas News Channel.
Discover why Austin's fall leaves are more colorful this year than ever before.
Stay tuned. Midterm elections are not over yet if you live in East, South, or Central Austin. One hot-button issue for District 1's runoff is affordable housing, which affects some of our fellow Longhorns. Texas News Channel spoke to students living in Southeast Austin for their options on this issue.
I know the reason that I live where I do is because it's the most affordable. I'm trying to find somewhere cheap to live, not coming up with very many things. That's kind of the main issue for the District 3 race is affordable housing, so I just am hoping that whoever wins, they help bring some prices down or give us some options.
People living comfortably is a necessity. I think if someone is feeling a little uncomfortable because there's a hole, in the wall or there's a crack in the roof, that shouldn't happen. So I think whichever wins, that will get fixed. I think it'll take a little bit of money to do it. And then just hiring people. So I think it can be done. I just think it'll be a slow process.
Early voting goes on until December 7th. The last day to vote is on December 11th. So if you're a registered voter for Travis County, don't forget to vote. According to U.S. News and World Report, an average Texas woman earned 20% less than men, and they might also be spending more on everyday products. TNC shows us where these additional costs are coming from.
Carly Rappaport buys men's shaving cream because it saves her money.
Female products are just way overpriced, like in general. They literally added pink shade and then all of a sudden it's like $2 more.
Rappaport is referring to the pink tax, where women's products such as deodorant, shampoo, and services like dry cleaning are more expensive than men's. These two deodorants have the same essential ingredients and weigh the same, but this one costs almost $2 more. The U.S. Government Accountability Office found that women were paying more than men for 50% of the personal care products that they analyzed this year. This includes body spray and designer fragrances. But marketing experts compare higher costs on women's products to common pricing techniques that rely on supply and demand.
You see it right in front of our faces on Mopac. You've ever noticed how the prices go up at peak times because people are willing to bear the price for the fast express lane?
One product that women cannot save money on by shopping in the men's aisle is a box of tampons. Some lawmakers say that products like this should not be taxed because they're a necessity.
The use of feminine hygiene products is a medical necessity, not a luxury. Taking out of women's pockets for an item that only women use, when women are still paid less on the dollar than men are, makes it even more egregious that this tax is there.
Dozens of other state members, including Republicans, are planning to push for tax exemption on menstrual products in the 2019 Texas legislative session. Pumpkin spice lattes, football season, and raking leaves. We're used to these things around autumn, but this year Austin is adding colorful leaves to our list of Texas fall favorites. Typically, Texas gets a day or two of pretty foliage before everything dies, but this year we're enjoying a more classic fall with changing leaves and bright colors. Urban Forest Health Coordinator April Rose says the change in scenery is due to 3 factors. First, all the extra rain. Next, those recent cold temperatures. And finally, new tree species arising in Austin. I don't know about you, but I love walking around and looking at the pretty trees. And lately I've been driving around Westlake and it's so beautiful. You can see all the foliage as you drive up and down the hills. I love it.
The trees have been so beautiful with all the sunny weather we've been having recently. I wonder what this week is going to look like. Let's see what Rebecca has for us in the Weather Center. Rebecca?
Thanks, Alaina. I've really enjoyed the nice cool weather we've been having recently, so I hope it sticks around. Stay tuned and I'll give you a look at this week's weather after the break. Well, Longhorns, we finally reached the end of the semester, and December started off with a nice break from that harsh cold weather. But unfortunately, we're back to having cold fronts. Tonight, we're expecting to see a large temperature drop all the way to 38 degrees. There will be temperatures in the high 30s for a couple of days as December in Texas finally starts to feel like winter. Tuesday will be sunny with a high of 57 and a low of 38, and Wednesday will also have sunny skies with a high of 58 and a low of 48. Things will start to change on Wednesday night as clouds settle in. You can expect showers that night, so grab your umbrellas if you're going for a late night stroll. The rain continues through the night, so keep that raincoat ready because we're expecting to see scattered thunderstorms all day long this Thursday. We'll see more stormy skies on Friday with a chance of thunderstorms. Afternoon highs will remain fairly constant throughout the weekend, with numbers ranging in the upper 50s and lows in the upper 40s. Be sure to have your rain boots and umbrellas with you for those stormy days. I know I will. Live from the Weather Center, Rebecca Saborio.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we're joined by Eric Goodman from TSTV Sports.
Welcome back to Texas News Channel. It was a big week in Longhorn sports, and here to tell us all about it is Eric Goodman from TSTV Sports. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you. Sally, you're right. It was a massive weekend for Texas football specifically. They were competing for the first time since 2009 for the Big 12 championship, and of course it had to be against the Oklahoma Sooners in Dallas once again. So let's go to AT&T Stadium for the highlights. Texas taking the field, a rebuilt team, and they would come out on top very early against the maligned Oklahoma defense and Sam Ehlinger. We've seen him do this all season. He does it again here. Texas taking an early lead off of Sam Ehlinger's feet. Questions of his health. No questions about Oklahoma's quarterback, Kyler Murray. He finds Grant Calcaterra, and OU would take over this game at the end of the second half, mounting a comeback, and into the second half. Texas needed a spark from their quarterback, and when you give Sam Ehlinger that much time, and when he has receivers like Colin Johnson, that's what happens. Toe tapper in the end zone, Texas mounting a charge, and on the same side, it's the other man, Lil Jordan Humphrey with the touchdown. Texas ties the game. And here's when it all went wrong for Texas. A safety, the Oklahoma defense gets their moment, and then Kyler Murray with the dagger. Grant Calcaterra, a one-handed grab, and that would dash the Longhorns' championship hopes 39-27. Let's head over. I was on the sidelines for the game on Saturday, and here's more on how the Longhorns reacted to the loss.
It was the matchup that the Big 12 title game was built for, but the result that nobody in Burnt Orange was hoping for. Bad penalties, poor pass rush, and a sluggish run game prevented the Longhorns from replicating their signature October win over Kyler Murray and the Oklahoma Sooners.
Extremely disappointed in the outcome. To come up just short is a tough pill to swallow.
The opponent was about the only familiar part of Saturday's experience for a freshly rebuilt Texas program competing for its first conference title since 2009.
A lot of us on this team haven't been on a stage like this before, so we was really just all amped up for this game. Wasn't really worried about the red rivalry, rematch 2, whatever they want to call it, but we just didn't come out with the W.
Despite the loss today, the Longhorns feel that their very presence in today's Big 12 championship game is a reflection on the positive strides the team has taken over the last 2 years.
We're sitting here at a championship game. We haven't done that in a long time. Obviously, we fell short today, but there's definitely positives. Whenever we're done with our bowl game, we'll reflect on this season and realize truly just how much progress we have made.
As bright as the future looks for Texas, the present isn't so bad either. With OU clinching a spot in the college football playoff, Texas will represent the Big 12 in the All-State Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day.
I've never been to a bad bowl game, but obviously those New Year's Six ones are special.
A win in New Orleans over 5th-ranked Georgia would be an impressive capper to the season, but the frustration of Saturday's loss to the Sooners will sting. From AT&T Stadium, I'm Eric Goodman, TSTV Sports.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. Let's head over to Cynthia to see what's new in Hollywood. Cynthia?
Thanks, Sally. Coming up next, we'll talk Neil deGrasse Tyson and our viral video of the week. We'll be right back with your entertainment news. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, a UT alum, denies any and all allegations to sexual assault made against him. Last month, 3 women publicly claimed that Tyson made sexual advances towards them. One of the allegations dates back to 1984 and another occurred in the last few years. Tyson posted the following statement on Facebook. Accusations can damage a reputation and a marriage, sometimes irreversibly. I see myself as a loving husband and as a public servant, a scientist and educator who serves at the will of the public. I am grateful for the support I've received from those who continue to respect and value me and my work. Our viral video of the week is a veteran named Alfred who attempts to save a Christmas decoration hanging off the roof of an Austin home. This clever decoration, inspired by Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, was realistic enough to prompt multiple 911 calls. The homeowners later sought out the veteran in order to thank him for being ready to help someone, even if that someone was a lovable fictional character. Ariana Grande's Thank You Next music video broke the YouTube record for the most viewed video in 24 hours. It received over 40 million views and was inspired by iconic 2000s movies like Mean Girls, Legally Blonde, Bring It On, and 13 Going on 30. Kris Jenner made an appearance along with the cast from Victorious, and YouTuber Miranda sings. That's it for me. Live from the Entertainment Center, I'm Cynthia Miranda.
Thanks, Cynthia.
Thank you for tuning in. Before we go, you may have noticed that sometimes our audio here at Texas News Channel can be a little wonky. That's because we're in need of new equipment.
TSTV's fundraiser to upgrade all of our equipment ends this Wednesday. If you or someone you know wants to contribute to this goal so we can bring you the best news possible. You can find our fundraiser at hornraiser.utexas.edu/TSTV.
Anything helps, and we appreciate whatever you can give us to help bring the best news around the 40 acres.
It's also our executive producer Sally's last show. Sally, where will you be going this next semester?
I'm going to our campus in LA for the UTLA program.
That's so awesome. We wish you all the best and made a little something for you. Let's take a look.
Hi Sally, I just wanted to say I'm going to be so sad when you leave for LA next semester, but have so much fun.
I always remember when we did your first package together and we went axe throwing, and that was something that I will never forget, and I hope that you don't forget either, and I'm just really excited to see you change the world.
I'm sure you're gonna have like a blast over there. I hope you record your life and like post it all over Instagram so we all stay updated on what you're up to.
You're such a good person, and I'm so glad that I got to know you. And don't become a stranger. I hope we get to see each other again in the future.
Sally, I wish you and Simba the best as you graduate next year, and I hope you have lots of fun in UTLA.
I'm gonna miss Simba too. He's the only cat I've liked in this world, so good luck, and I love you.
Happy Valentine's Day, Rose!
Happy Valentine's Day to you, Sally.
What are you doing today?
That was my favorite episode.
Best of luck, Sally. I hope you have the most fun and the best time that you can and learn so much while you're in LA.
Thank you so much for all the help and support you gave me my first semester here at TNC. I'm really glad I had the chance to work with you, and I hope that you have an amazing semester in LA.
You know, hey baby, why don't you come to my van with me?
And I'll say back off.
Yes.
Okay, back off.
No, you need to come with me.
Back off!
No, you need to come with me.
Back off!
You're coming with me.
No, back off!
Does someone call for help?
Thank you for being such a sweet girl and being so kind-hearted.
You just got so much great energy, and it's definitely gonna be missed around the newsroom.
Thank you so much for everything you've done, Sally.
Thank you so much. I'm dead. Shook. Well, thank you guys so much. That was very sweet. Are we still running on air right now? Okay.
I'm Alaina Brownfield.
And I'm Sally Sue. Have a great week and happy holidays. Ah! Oh my God!
We love you. Oh my God.
Oh my
Thank you so much, Sally.
I'm gonna miss you too. Oh my God. Best experience ever, honestly.